Hello, I'm Lauren Veldman of Veldman Service Center, South Bend, Indiana. We work on pretty much all makes and models of vehicles.
And Lauren, how long have you been testing the MaximusFlash?
You know, we've been testing the MaximusFlash for about a good year now, having some really good luck with it.
And can you tell me a little bit about the pains and frustrations you had before using the MaximusFlash?
Sure. Yeah, before we were using this tool to flash or program a vehicle really became a big deal. It was time consuming. Every time we wanted to use the tool, we would have to buy another subscription. A lot of times an update had to happen. Sometimes it was 2 hours before we could even get to starting to use the flash tool. So it became very time consuming.
So Lauren, what has it been like since you've had this tool in your shop? What's changed?
I'd have to say the biggest thing that has changed is being able to keep the vehicles in-house. You know, there were a lot of vehicles we'd have to end up taking out to the dealer, either towing them, pay for towing fees, getting it towed out there, getting it back here and finishing the vehicle. I would say the biggest thing that I have seen is keeping it in-house, making sure getting the car done at a quicker time for the customers. Those are probably the two biggest things that I've seen.
And how have your work orders improved since having this tool in your shop?
Well, having a tool that is working correctly and getting things done efficiently definitely helps the bottom line of our repair orders. Being able to program them in-house instead of sending it out and subletting it out to a dealership, you are definitely able to charge the right amount and hopefully have the right profit per vehicle and per invoice that you would like to have.
So Lauren, have you seen anything else like the MaximusFlash in the market?
Yeah, there is another competitor that we have used to compare to see which tool we like better. The competitor's name is Wrap. So we have used them side by side to see which one we like better. I'd have to say when we use the Wrap tool, it does take a lot more to get it set up, to put different things into it. It does take a lot more time than when we use the Max tool. And so we find that much easier to use this tool in opposed to the competitor's tool.
All right, so Lauren, which vehicles have you flashed with this tool, and approximately how long has it taken to flash these vehicles?
Sure. So we have done GM, Ford, Chrysler, Nissan, and Toyota. We went through and programmed different computers on those types of makes and models of vehicles. I'll give you one story. We had a 15 Dart in here a couple weeks ago, and they were able to get through all the Chrysler protocol. They got the PCM program. We were doing it because of a TSB, and within that, the call center was able to tell us that, at this time you also need to program the TCM, which that was great to know, and they walked right into that and started programming the TCM at the same time. The process, again, it depends on which manufacturer they're doing. Some can be as quick as a half hour to an hour, but sometimes, like with that Dodge Dart we had, it can take a couple hours to get that done. And we usually have that understanding that it could take that type of time, but in the end, we know it's going to be done and get done right.
Sean, can you tell us about some of the work you've been able to do since you've had the tool?
So before, we were pretty limited, mainly to GM, and we couldn't touch anything Chrysler. And other manufacturers, we would have to go to the dealer. So how it enabled us, it's more flexible now because we're not just limited to PCM. Now we can do body control stuff, GM. They have helped me with, I don't remember if it's Nissan transmission problems, other manufacturer. When we find TSBs, which are common nowadays with all manufacturers, but instead of having to take this vehicle for a shifting issue or some kind of motor issue for a false EGR code, I've had them, countless times to do a TSB. And again, I hook it up, I call them about it, tell them the number of the TSB, they look it up, they have the info, and I just leave it go. I've never had to call the dealer for anything on that.
So, Sean, relative to the competition against the MaximusFlash, what have you found easier about the MaximusFlash?
First off, the competitor's tool, there's a lot of program buttons things you have to remember. It doesn't always remember your address. There's a lot of information that you have to pre-plan. The other bad problem with it is we have to make an appointment. So if I'm trying to get something done and by the end of the day or something, I may or may not be able to make an appointment till the next day at a certain time, and I have to be available, or one of us, to babysit this thing and get it set up, get the guy on the phone. This here, like, Juan explained earlier, it's simple to hook up. As long as the lights are on, I know that it's on, it's working. As long as this battery's gonna stay up, once I talk to one of the guys at Matco, I'm done with it. They handle it from there. They can see it on their end, and they'll just let me know when it's done. That's pretty much it.
So Juan, can you tell me about the technicians you've dealt with in using the MaximusFlash when submitting jobs, and how has it been working with factory certified technicians?
It's been nice working with them. They seem to really know what they're talking about. I had a situation with one GM where I was trying to program a specific module, and I had no communication with anything, and I turned it over to the call center, and Michael was actually able to walk me through and direct me to which exact circuit, which on the high side of the circuit to look at and diagnose, and I was able to find the problem pretty quick, and we were able to move on.